So our best part of Phirst Contention are We Sports questions. And our first question comes from
Leon. What up,
Leon? And he asks, with Worlds, Willis, Borland, and these young defensive players retiring early, what does that mean for the NFL? Ty?
They should be concerned when you walk away from all that money at such a young age, when you have the chance to make a lot of it, it says a lot. The information's out there. Again, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, head traumas. But at the same time, every draft, there's a lot of bodies coming in. So it's kind of a small sample size of people who are actually walking away.
Somebody gonna take that job.
Steve, what do you think?
Somebody gonna take that job.
Well, short and simple. It's definitely gonna be a premium on when players are going to retire early. You know, when you see Chris Borland retire at the age of 24, you see Willis retiring at the age of 30, you see Worlds retiring in his 20s too as well, where he was probably going to get a nice size contract too as well. It definitely puts emphasis on young players and the injuries that they might have coming out of college. So the NFL should be concerned. They wanted to put more emphasis on head trauma. Well, now that they got it, they have it now.
I just hope that they had enough brains to put away their money and be smarter with it. You know, especially if they're in a short career. Now they got to think about what they're going to do for the next stage of their life. If they haven't gotten their college degree, figure out what you're doing with your money. I hope you thought about that too. So
and that's just defensive, not to mention Jake Locker, MJD, etc.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next question. Tyler Porsche, the homie, he asks, who's the most overrated #1 seed in the tourney? Steve?
Duke. Oh, okay. I said it before. Duke is overrated. You know, every time they've been a #1 seed, they're out early. And I believe it's going to happen again, even though I like Jahlil Okafor. I think the dude is a beast. But I just don't have faith in Duke, and I'm really not that big of a fan of Duke. So
I was expecting
the team in Philly, Villanova. I think they might be a little bit overrated. We see them get bounced by the eventual champs last year in UConn. Seems that when they're in this big position, seems like they always tend to struggle, except for that year they had Allen Ray and Randy Foye. I don't know if Villanova is poised as a #1 seed. I think they can be upset, and I do have them losing to Northern Iowa in the Sweet 16.
Villanova. I thought you were going to say Wisconsin. I want to say Wisconsin, but I've got Wisconsin going farther than Villanova. So I'm going to say Villanova's the most overrated.
Yeah, I got Wisconsin going farther than Duke. So
God, it doesn't basketball in Wisconsin. It's like the Bucks in Milwaukee. I don't see basketball in Wisconsin. It's not a premium.
Frank.
I understand.
Frank the Tank.
Yeah, we have healthy bodies in Wisconsin, unlike Chicago.
Yo, what's up with
Sorry.
Oh, he's from Chicago.
Shut up.
Wow.
So.
All right, let's go to the next question.
That
From
fired.
his sister, Sosina. What does Becky Hammon mean for the league? Marv.
Well, it definitely opens doors for a lot of great college coaches and great female coaches to come in. Personally, I think the Mount Rushmore of coaches has to include Tennessee Volunteers ex-women's head coach, Pat Sumter. To me, I love Tennessee basketball women's program more than UConn women's program. I disdain Gina Auriemma.
Okay.
I love the Tennessee women's basketball team. Shamiqua Holdsclaw is my favorite women's player of all time. You had Tamika Catchings, you had Kara Lawson, you had Miss Candace Parker, you had Nikki McCray, who came through that program. You had a lot of great basketball players, and someone that played in the WNBA for a long time. I believe she's in the NBA Hall of Fame, but Dawn Staley, another great basketball player, now coaching at the University of South Carolina. Maybe this opens the door for her to maybe one day take a NBA job later on down the road.
Yeah, I mean, that does sound very, very appealing. I mean, Becky Hammon is definitely opening up doors for women in the NBA. Who's to say we'll have a women head coach in the NBA? Don't know if we go that far, but right now she's laying down that foundation, and she's learning from Popovich down with the Spurs. So you never know, but Toodles.
Little Charles Barkley in your voice right there, huh?
A little bit.
Kobe Bryant.
You talking about what's it boiled down to? Good coaching. So I mean, if you get someone, Becky Hammon, in there and let her learn from Pop, when it boils down to coaching, if you can get a female head coach who can coach better than a lot of these male head coaches, I mean, she could probably coach the 76ers, probably a lot better than what they got going out there right now.
Yeah.
And so, if it's there, give them a chance. If they don't get a chance, we don't know what they have to offer. So it's time to take those blinders off and be progressive, move forward.
Exactly. So,
don't forget, if you have a question for us, send it one of our 3 ways or just tweet the show.
We definitely put it on the show. Make sure that your voices are heard too as well. So.
Yes, send us the questions, please.
Definitely so. Well, this wraps up another episode of We Sports. Signing off.
Trace up.